Lloyd Russell Moyle.
Thank you, Mr Howarth. 16 and 17-year-olds, of course, as we've heard, are knowledgeable, they're passionate about the world they live in and the world around them. And participation in free elections is a fundamental right. And despite what the member for Cheltenham says, it's actually a right also enshrined in the Convention on the Right of a Child, of which it says that children of all ages have the right to participate in decision-making that are based on their lives and it to be age-appropriate. Now, of course, that means a 3-year-old has a different relation to a 16-year-old, but even with that convention, it acknowledges that when young people get the capacity, when children get the capacity, if he's insistent on using that particular phrase, they should also have a recourse for democratic participation. And so, yes, he was quite right that we should take heed of UN and international agreements. The honourable member also mentioned a number of countries that we should follow, Germany, Italy, etc. Germany, of course, has votes at 16 at all of their local elections, not their national elections, but their local elections. Italy, of course, doesn't allow you to vote until you're 25 for the upper house and the Senate, and even older for certain other roles in the presidency. Now, if we are just to benchmark from other countries, I think we would get into a very worrisome position. This House should be taking a leadership, not just following other countries, taking a moral stance, not just saying what is the lowest common denominator. And I hope that we will do that today. Now, of course, it does mean that we can look at where the best practice is around the world and also the best practice in Britain about how young people participate. Because very often this debate is focused on what, if young people have the right capacity or not, the group of young people that might not know. But let's talk about the 600-odd members of the Youth Parliament. Let's talk, of course, about the 85% of school councils that exist in this country. Those young people are participating. I also want to quickly touch on the importance of democratic rights coming first. My view is that you should first of all engage in voting and then actually enable your other rights and responsibilities and age limits to come in. 18 is the very worst age, actually, to start voting. It's the age people are moving out of home. It's the age people are living a chaotic life. Starting earlier means that people will continue to vote for the rest of their life. If you vote in your first election, you are likely to vote continuously throughout the rest of your life. An 18-year-old that doesn't vote is likely to be a 50-year-old that doesn't vote. A 16-year-old that votes with the family together is likely to then be a 50-year-old that votes. And I want to increase voting for all.